Bible.
Recently told by a theist that my belief in science was equivalent to their belief in God, since I had to rely on the word of scientists to confirm my beliefs. Why is this untrue? This isn't true because you're not relying on the word of scientists, and neither are scientists. They're relying on the data and the arguments. And science is specifically founded on this principle of peer review, which means that anybody can go out and attempt to replicate the results, see those results. There is nothing scientific about a God belief. It is not testable. It's not falsifiable. It is not subject to peer review. And it's the reason why there's over 1,000 denominations that all identify as Christian, all pointing to the same God and disagreeing on everything else. There'll be disagreements in science about how data should be interpreted or to what extent it should be viewed, but the process and way that we review that is dramatically different. Religion isn't even realistically comparable to science.
Hey, so I was laying in bed when I watched this video, and I figured that I would make a video on it. In regards to the previous video that's kind of like stitched to this video, I have been pressed on this before in past debates that I've had. I essentially tell Christians, why would you trust a bunch of men that you've never met before who are making a bunch of unverifiable claims? And they flip it on me and say, why do you trust science, and take their word for it in regards to like the experiments that they conduct, and how do you know that they're telling the truth? Just like Matt Dillahunty said, which I think he makes very good points, the claims that are made in the Bible cannot be compared to like science. Science is based off of data and experiments that have been conducted that can be peer reviewed, right? Where when it comes to religion, you have a bunch of unverifiable claims and stories written by men that you don't really know. And these stories aren't really verifiable or falsifiable, just like every other religion out there. And because the Bible is like a confusing piece of literature, which is written by man, and again, you know, like I don't even know why God trusts men to deliver his word rather than delivering it himself. It has resulted in thousands of different denominations, all chasing the same God and disagreeing on the details, right? And there's no way for us to really know what, you know, the Bible is truly saying unless we were to actually meet the authors. I think Matt Dillahunty is making a very good point in the video that I'm stitching, and these are just one of the many problems of Christianity, and I'll definitely be using this in future debates. I think there is a difference. Science is dependent on data, experiments that one could go try, experiments that are peer-reviewed, and religion is a bunch of claims that we can't verify, we can't test, and there's no way of really knowing whether it's real or not.